What's up, guys? I am back from the World Championships, and there was a lot of things that happened while we were gone. It was an amazing weekend, a lot of really fun Pokemon to be played. I played Regigigas. We'll talk about that next week when I'm back from another work trip, but we're going to have to talk about today the 2023 season and what it means, what's going on, and how you guys can prepare for earning a Worlds invite, which is actually not in the information. So if you are planning on earning a Worlds invite, I don't actually know how you get that, but I think attending some of these tournaments would be a good idea. Yokohama, Japan is the destination for the 2023 World Championships, which is very exciting as a Pokemon player. As a fan of Pokemon or that kind of stuff in general, going to Japan is like a bucket list trip for a lot of people. I know that, especially myself. It's a place that I've wanted to go my entire life, so it's very cool to be able to couple that in with something I love to do. So let's jump into it. These are the division requirements. If you are in these age ranges, then you will be falling into these divisions. Keep that in mind. So the big important thing to note is that for TCG and BGC, we will have no. For TCG, we'll have no League Cups challenges until further notice, meaning that I don't know when that'll be. My guess is that they're probably going to look at it on a quarterly, maybe even monthly basis, to see what's happening. But this would be the first season we'd have where players would be trying to earn a World Championship invite without having access to League Challenges and Cups. So I don't know what that would mean for the circuit as a whole. I think Cups and Challenges are very healthy for the game, for the growth of the game in the local scene. I don't like attending them personally because of how many regionals and stuff I attend, but I do understand why they're so good and why they're so necessary for the growth of the game. So it kind of sucks that they're gone. It kind of sucks that we don't really know what to do in regards to Worlds until then. And then for VGC, they have no events till January. So if you're a VGC player coming over to TCG or Go, check that out. Go Unite will stay around. I think Pokken is the only game that is no longer with us. And we will have numerous events to North America, Europe, Latin America, the usual deal with ICs. The ICs locations, not like the exact locations, but the country themselves have been announced down below as well. So we will jump into that. So Friday will be check-in as always, check-in, side events, whatever. And then main event stuff will be Saturday, Sunday, which it is how it's always been. I know these dates have like Friday listed amongst them, so don't believe that that is something that you need to do necessarily. Like, that's not something you need to do necessarily. Show up Friday and check in. So the schedule is up, and the first one is coming up very shortly. Now, if you look at the calendar, that is about 3.5 weeks away to the Baltimore Regional Championships in Baltimore, which is very close to me, very convenient for me. I'm just going to hop in a car, drive a little bit, and get there, which will be very nice. I believe this tournament will not have Lost Origins legal. I think registration will also be going up tomorrow. Check out Overload Events. Their Twitter will have pretty much all the information we need to know. September 29th to October 2nd, we'll be going to Peoria Regionals, where we will have Lost Origin legal. Then it'll be Salt Lake. And in this gap in between the middle of October to December, there will be the Latin American International Championship, presumably. And then in November, and then we'll have December, it'll be Toronto, into Arlington, Texas, an interesting one to have, into San Diego, which I think is a fan favorite for me, and then we'll go to Orlando. And then after Orlando, I believe this is usually the time frame where OCIC happens, and players will travel to Oceania, and then we'll come back and go to Knoxville immediately after. Then we'll have Vancouver, Charlotte, Fort Wayne, and then EUIC in the middle of April, coming back to Portland, Hartford, and then Wisconsin. I believe this date is incorrect. The website itself lists it as June 2nd to 3rd, rather than doing a back-to-back event once again. And I think, how many is this? 1, 2, 3, 4, 5, 6, 7, 8, 9, 10, 11, 12, 13, 14, which is more regionals than we've ever had. I think I'm right on that one. I think we're like either tied or like one more than normal. So this is what kind of, I think, is our locked season. It says that the more will be added potentially. Dates, locations, and formats are subject to change, which means everything is currently the standard format. I assume if anything gets added, it'll be one for sure, on top of what we have. But besides that, I think this is like the locked schedule, and we can expect this to be what we go to for the year. If you're in Europe, you've got a healthy grip of events with Bilbao, Lille, Warsaw, Stuttgart, Liverpool, Bochum, don't know how to say that one, and Malmö. And then Latin America has one. I assume they'll have a lot more events added to their schedule. And it looks like Oceania has nothing listed, but they will probably almost certainly, hopefully, have stuff added. Now, as far as the international schedule goes, you have the month, so you can allot for the look for the week that it typically is historically, and kind of base your date, like your travel around it if you were planning on attending these events. Latin America will be in Brazil, so we know that for sure. There will be no VGC at the first Latin American IC, which is kind of crazy to me because it's been such a mainstay. But I guess until Scarlet Valley, we won't have any new things going on. And then February 2023, we'll have Oceania in Australia. And then April 2023, it's Europe. It'll be going back to the UK. So I think the best guess for location would probably going back to the Excel, which where the World Championships just was. The Excel was a location where we've had two ICs prior, I believe 2016 and 2017 EUIC, and then the last two EUICs have been in Germany, Frankfurt and Berlin, I believe. So we're going back to the UK as far as the EUIC goes, so that's the only important change, I believe, from this. And then in June, we will cap off the season with North American internationals in the USA. I think safe guess would be Columbus again. But again, I have no idea where anything will actually be. I enjoyed Melbourne a lot when I went. In Brazil, it's usually Sao Paulo. And the UK, it was the Excel last time. So this is the season so far. We don't actually know championship points or anything. I believe people were awarded championship points. I think I believe people were awarded championship points in terms of okay, so it's not up yet, but I saw people saying that they got points for the upcoming season, and it was the exact same structure as prior, with the Open, with the London Open put into the system. So if that trend continues, then I think we will be seeing the exact same structure of sorts. I don't know what the invite threshold will be necessarily. I'd have to assume it will be lower. I guess they don't know what they're going to do just yet because, well, we don't have cups yet. So, what are they supposed to do? We could have a smaller Worlds, a bigger Worlds. I don't know. Will it be lowered? Will we go back to old school top 40s? Without cups and challenges, it feels really weird because I think there's only very few players who could have earned a full invite post-COVID with only regionals and ICs, and that number will have to go significantly down. I could see even a 300-point world invite or maybe a 200-point world invite, or maybe they just take away BFLs for regionals as a whole and you just get to play. I don't know what the correct answer is. Obviously, the players who have performed very well at the London Open have a head start on all of us, so congrats to them. I will keep you guys updated when I find out more, I guess. For now, this is all we know. These are the regional schedules, so start planning your trips accordingly. Start thinking about your year, which ones you'd like to go to, which ones you wouldn't, because I know not everyone is financially available to go to all of them. I will be skipping a few. The West Coast ones are difficult for me, and there are some dates that conflict with personal affairs. I will not be at Peoria because my best friend's wedding is that weekend, or my high school best friend's wedding is that weekend. So I will not be at Peoria, but you can catch me at Baltimore, which is a 40-minute drive from me. So if you guys have any questions about that kind of stuff, leave it in the comments below. Thank you as always. I will be gone again for a little bit, but when I'm back, we'll talk about my Reggie Gigas deck and why I played what I played at the World Championships.